You are marrying him, her father said firmly, slamming the file shut on the mahogany table. What one voice trembling, you can't be serious, Jisoo Yunin said no, and now you are just passing her place to me. Mrs. Kim signed, it's not just a marriage, it's a business deal. So, and GN Industries has the power of destroy us if we back out now. You know what's at stake? Why am fist clutch? So what am I? A sacrificial lamb. Everyone now sees he's unstable. Her sister Jisoo had refused the proposal after meeting Jungkook once. He is creepy, obsessive. His eyes are like that of a man who's lost his soul. She had whispered, I can't. But now Van was being thrown into the same fire. She had no choice, and that's how she became Mrs. Jeon Jungkook. The wedding was rushed, no music, no grand celebration, just a signature ring and a live sentence. Van sat on the edge of the cold marble bed in his luxurious mansion, her heart pounding. She heard the door open behind her, slow footsteps approached. I hate when people leave lights on unnecessarily, came a deep emotionalness voice. He turned off the chandelier and left only the dim beside bedside lamp on. Your room is on the left. I don't like people sleeping near me, Jungkook said, not even looking at her. She turned frowning. This is your idea of a honeymoon. He stared at her, then hard instant eyes. Did you want something else? Fine looked away. I don't want to be treated like a prisoner. Chuck, you are not a prisoner. You're just mine. Her blood ran cold. He left without another word. Days passed in silence. Jungkook rarely spoke to her. When he did, it was to give orders. Wear this, don't go out. Eat with me at 8 sharp. He never raised his voice, but there was something terrifying about his calmness. Wine tried to explore the mansion one day, hoping for some sense of normalcy. But the security guard stopped her at the main gate. Mr. Jian said, you are not allowed out alone. She stormed back inside, finding Jungkook in his study. You have looked me in this golden cage, she snapped. He did not even look up. It's for your safety. From what? From me. That silence, sir. Vine began obsessing him quietly the way he stared at the fireplace for hours, the scars on his necklace, the way he flinched when someone touched his shoulder. Finally, she saw him asleep on the couch, trembling. He was sweating, mumbling something under his breath. Nightmares. Vine could not stop herself. He fetched a blanket and dropped it over him gently as she turned her hand, catch her wrist. Jungkook's eyes opened sharply, full of panic until he saw her. You, he whispered, breathless. You did not scream. Why would it? Why would I? She asked softly. His voice cracked. Everyone does. After that night, things began to change. Slowly, Jungkook started leaving her notes. I left breakfast for you. Don't forget your medicine. The garden's open now. If you want fresh air. One evening, he brought her a single white lily. She blinked towards this one. I read online. It's a peace flower, he said awkwardly. I thought maybe we could start over. One stared at him. The man who once terrified her now looked vulnerable. She smiled faintly. Okay. That night they had dinner together. For the first time without tension, I used to paint, she admitted before this. Jungkook titled his head. Why did you stop? Because my life became a contract. He was quiet for a moment. Then would you paint again if you were not afraid to me? She looked into his eyes. I think I am not afraid anymore. Jenkins began changing for her. He studied therapy secretly at first he read books on emotional regulation. He even began working from home to spend more time with her. One rainy evening they stood on the balcony watching droplets raised on the glass. Wine whispered, "Why were you like that before?" He did not lie. My mother was killed in front of me when I was 9. My father sent me to military boarding school. The next day I grew up learning control, discipline, pain. No softness, no love. She reached for his hand. You deserve love, Jungkook. He swallowed that. Her touch grounded him. I think I am finding it now. They started laughing together, cooking covered meals, watching dramas. Ryan painted again. Her first canvas was of Jungkook's side profile, lost in thought. He kept it in his office. One night, as they sat on the couch, her head resting on his shoulder, she whispered, "You are not a physico." He clutched. "Tell that to the people I have fight for sneezing wrong." She laughed. "You are possessive, instant, and obsessive, but I know why you just never had anyone stay. I don't want you to leave," he said quietly. "I'm not going anywhere," she promised. 6 months later, Jungkook stood in the some garden where they had their first calm conversation, but this time he had a ring not of contract but of choice. "You did not get to choose before," he said, kneeling. "But now I am asking why, and will you marry me? Not for business, not for peace. Just for love." Tears swelled in her eyes. "Yes," she whispered, "yes, 1,000 times." Years later, people would say they were inseparable. The cold-hearted Jian Jungkook had melted, and it was because of her. Vine smiled as she watched Jungkook play with their little daughter in the garden. He was laughing, freely joyful. She walked up to him, wrapping her arms around his waist. "You are happy now," she said. He turned, kissing her forehead. "Only because you did not run away." She smiled. "Only because you let me in." Their story had started with fear, but it ended in a love that healed not just wounds but souls. The end.